how vital are wolves? And yeah, do you have a soft spot for their work in the ecosystem?
Yeah, some of my early fieldwork was following wolves around, tracking wolves and finding the carcasses on the landscape and, taking different measurements to see like what age of elk and moose were they killing on the landscape. And yeah, it was a total blast. It was some of the most fun field work I've ever done. Winter work. And so, yeah, I do have a soft spot, but a big thing that I think you learn when you work with wolves is just how similar they are to people. And I think that is a big reason why we tend to have a lot of conflict with them, is because there's a concept in ecology called like niche space, like ecological niche space. And different species tend to, when they're competing for niche space, like, have conflict. I think that's what happens, is that we eat the same things. We all like ungulates. We like living in the same places, which are tend to be these valley bottoms and beautiful places. And so that's why we see a lot of conflict. So, but yeah, the other part of your question, they do play a critical role, and it's that dampening of ungulate populations, because ungulates can have, just based on their natural behavior, they can have pretty negative impacts if their populations are unregulated.
And I think another maybe common thing with wolves and humans is just wolves' intelligence and able to work together to accomplish similar missions, which I've always admired about them, and their way to communicate and take on huge projects like taking down, a bison or other, large types of ungulates out in the space. Yeah,
and they're also super adaptable. I mean, they live in places where they're not constrained by people. They can live all over the place. They're in deserts, they're in the Arctic, they're in mountains, and so they just have an amazing ability to adapt. Yeah.